reset everything and do everything again. So I apologize for that, and I'm back. So let's go back. I need to go back a couple of posts now, but I am here. So I apologize. I probably will delete the other one at some point in time just so that everyone can find this one. Because how stupid is that, hey? Let me just find it. It's a warmish day today as well. So, yeah. Let me, hello. So can you hear me now, Dom? I hope you can hear me. I just reset everything up. Yep, great. So we're going to just do, I'm just going to delete the old one because there's no point having that. Good. Yeah, we're going to just delete that. Okay, so let me go back to what we were talking about. So that's good. Are you doing all right, Dom? I think when my camera froze up or something, you'll see it disconnected the microphone system from it. So I've got it not going, I've got the microphone not going through the camera now. I've got it going through my normal, just built-in one. Hopefully that's okay. Right. So let's go back here. Oh, hello, Terry. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. Oh, so, yeah. So it's her birthday tomorrow, apparently. Or today in Australia. It was her birthday today in Australia. Tomorrow or whatever in the US. So she's used the animals. So now she's using the kid. Okay, using the kid. And now, because she had somebody took out a restraining order against her. Now, it's interesting because she's saying that it's baseless. So she hired a firm. She hired a lawyer in North Carolina. She's a Monday lawyer in Smithville referred me to another attorney. And when I called the law firm, they happened to be representing the woman in Kansas that was named in the baseless filing. She hired the firm, given they'd have access to both parties in the same baseless filing. This proved beneficial for both of us. Both cases were dismissed. And then she accused the other person of lying to the judge. The judge shot her down because I'm not a resident of North Carolina. She's live streamed and used friends to put these baseless claims against me. So what sort of the situation that we've got now, I understand, is that she was told that she could file in Minnesota. So whether she does that or not, it's up to her. But yeah, I don't know. Now the other thing is our friend without crystal balls. No one is threatening you. We want to be left alone. She's saying that this Balls account steals her logo and likeness, believes their life is in danger. No, they were rightly told that a lawyer would be sending a cease and desist. And they panicked. They panicked and messaged people claiming they were in danger. I have dozens of messages like this. So again, as soon as we get to, when we're in a tough spot, we do this card. Now, this response, Balls has responded on Twitter, of course, just saying, I haven't seen Bobby the KATS stuff. She says, oh, hello, Bo, how are you? So she says to this, she says, This isn't me. Katie Joy has just stopped some rando. Good luck with that. Call Bridget, hun. Maybe she can file a TRO against you. So she says that she apparently is filing a TRO out on, I want you to leave us alone. You have been harassing and harming us. And it says, then she's named somebody. How many aliases, harassment pages, and emails do you have? Does my lawyer need to give you a call too? I'm pretty tired of your abuse and harassment. I know which account you run. Leave me alone. I know your husband doesn't like you doing this because it hurts his construction company. She said, and why would Katie ever do me the courtesy of admitting? I think she'll deadly delete and apologize to poor Bridget, because she's not Bridget. All right, we're told she's not Bridget. So all in one day, we've had pets, kitties, kids, and now we've had the harassment. So, yeah. So according to what Balls has posted on her Twitter page, on Twitter, that Vader, the person, said that it isn't a win because Vader is able to file it in Minnesota, which I actually would have thought that's what you would have done. And if we learn anything from Tardy, you've got a jurisdiction thing. It's a jurisdiction thing. Now the other interesting thing is that one of the responses Balls had was that she didn't actually realize that she had a construction company, and she needed to go tell her husband that they have a construction company and that he needs to build her a new house. So, and so she's just spent more money on a lawyer because she's had to get a lawyer in North Carolina or wherever she had to go to. So, I'm not really. And it's not the first time. It's not the first time she's accused her of somebody else. Previously, last year, she accused Balls of being Rhonda. Help me, 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 Rhonda. So anyway, so that's really where we are at the moment. It's all pretty crazy. But she's spending money, and don't forget, we're getting close to the deadline of having to have all the discovery stuff sorted out as well. There's another court date to finally finalize discovery. So there's a bit happening in the life at the moment, but I believe she is still hiding behind everything. She's getting called out as well for her meanness towards the sister wives. It's just, I don't know. So, I mean, that's where we are at the moment with it all. But to have one day, to bring out the big guns all in one day means that there has to be something weird going on. So, yeah. Everyone on the other thing that's happening is a lot of people are using the same picture as balls to say they're going to be balls for 24 hours. So here, here, you know, it's going to be trending that people are going to be taking the logo and are taking the logo now and they're going to use it as their logo, so that, hey, if she's going to call out everybody, she's going to call out everybody. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. All right, so let's see what everyone said here. And Balls has also said it's not even her. She's not even written that. So the case dismissal is giving KJ balls, or maybe it's booze. And don't forget, doxing is wrong. You cannot be calling people out. How does she justify calling people out like that? She says, who cares? And nobody cares who Balls is. All I know is Balls is doing God's work. I am Balls, and no one else Balls. KJ can dox me. I'm old and retired. KJ can't get me fired. Oh, I have no criminal records, nor do I have family as criminals. And then Bull says, who cares if they do? KJ doesn't care. Her cousin is a felon, so she shouldn't care about anyone else's people's background. Don't absolve KJ of her behaviour. Hello, without a lawyer. I was just saying that you're going to be Balls for a day. How are you going? But we're just talking about KJ bringing the kiddies, the kids, and the doxing all in one day. It's quite shocking. We all should be Balls. Change our profile pics. That would really confuse her, shouldn't it? Wouldn't it? I was a bit shocked. Well, I mean, we knew he was going to go, but an actor and a young actor passed away this week. He had brain cancer, and he'd beaten it twice. And it was announced so that he passed away. He was 35. He was 35 years old. I'm just going to share you something. I mean, it's an awful beast, the C word, isn't it? Hopefully you can watch this. But he passed away surrounded by family today. 35's too young.
At some point it's going to get me, but I'm still fighting, still kicking on, looking up my diagnosis and my tumour. And it's like the average life expectancy was 3 years. And for me, it's now been 5 years, so I'm already winning. My goal now is to try and help as many people as I can and also live a happy life. At some point, it's going to...
So, yes, he had a life expectancy of 3 years, and I think he ended up having 6 years. And he was an actor. So this is him, singer, dancer, actor. And, brain cancer. What a beast, hey? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that without a lawyer. It doesn't feel like, I mean, I know it's Friday night. It doesn't feel like a Friday night because we've had only half a week today. So because Tuesday was Melbourne Cup Day and we were having the holiday, a lot of businesses and a lot of schools had a student free day on Monday because they knew they weren't going to get the kids there. So they did a student free day, and you looked for me at the Melbourne Cup. I would have been in amongst all the people picking up all their garbage. Without a lawyer, that's what I was doing. Apparently, my supervisor reckons he couldn't find me either, that I went AWOL. I don't know what he thought I was doing. I was working. I'm still recovering. I got heat distress or something because it was hot. And I was in the sun and it just got to me. But I wasn't even there when the race ran. I was I was home. I was home by the time the race was run. I was home a couple of hours beforehand. So somebody pointed out that KJ fired a TRO against Steve in Minnesota, and even though he doesn't live there. So yeah. That's why I wouldn't have found you. I only watched the race. Yeah, I was long gone by then. I crawled home and I had a cold shower and I think I was tucked up in bed by that stage because I had done 30,000 steps by that stage, and I was not in a very good way. I'm still a little bit under the weather as far as recovering from the heat's concerned. But yeah, it wasn't great. I wasn't happy at all. She filed it and stated he lived in a town in Minnesota, even though he lives in California. Really? So how can she say? I mean, she talked about Aveda allegedly lying. Does that mean that she knows on her paperwork, but that's okay for her to do that, but not for everybody else? You know? I just don't understand it, to be honest with you. So it's KJ's birthday. So what do we think she's going to do for her birthday? Oh, without a lawyer. She had a template and had many mistakes in it. I've seen it. Oh, without a lawyer. Question for you. Were you with Optus? Were you with Optus? It's funny because I'm with Vodafone and I really haven't been liking Vodafone, and I was going to look to change to go to Optus, but I think I might stick it with Vodafone for a little while longer. Work phone, yes. So it was a lovely day. Telstra still managed to remind me to pay my private. So my live the other day was about a whole telecommunications network being out, both internet and phone and mobile. And so everybody on the Optus network Optus was down. I have to tell you, it was a nice quiet day for me too. Nobody could disturb me because they were all on Optus. We really only have Telstra, Optus, and Darwin. Optus is not out of the Darwin area. They're patchy, so it didn't affect us too much. Okay, that's good. Well, she has an obsession with I just looked at her. Let's look at this. This is Instagram Reels. There seems to be an obsession at the moment. We've gone from Josh Duggar to Cody. So this is her Reels, and she says the part of Britney Spears' book gave me chills. And so look at this. Look, all about Cody. How's my course? I'm off at the moment because I hit my HEX limit and I have to pay up front now. And I also owe the university money, so I can't continue till I've paid them off, and I can't even get my results until I've paid them off. So I've got to, I don't know, I've got to sell my soul. So I've decided to take a year off and see and reassess in a year. Plus, I just found out I failed one of my units as well, which I'm not happy about. So yeah, it's been a bit rough. It's a little bit rough at the moment, but look, things will sort out. I'm sure things will sort out. But just taking a year off just helps me just sort of clear my head a bit. I was finding it really tough going. There's a few subjects that are just really heavy, and the one that I failed, it was a really heavy course, and I probably shouldn't have done it with the other two. And that's the one that most people will fail. Well, the average was 50%. So if that's the average, I didn't, I knew that I didn't like my chances. And I really I don't like the way that it was marked. And I mean, just about everyone but 3 people failed the first assignment too. So, we didn't really have everything, going our way anyway. So, oh well. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm trying to pay off a little bit of HEX and the uni as well, because if I pay off HEX, once it gets down to a certain level, it will start clearing the amounts that I owe as well. So that will help. Oh, Ellie, you watch it? Actually, I've been watching it too. I've been watching it on. I've had to watch it via a VPN to watch it from the current series. I seem to have a different interpretation of what's going on with Sister Wives than what she has. She's looking for everything. I actually just find this latest series just very, very sad, because it's really about broken family and division, and who are the people that are who are the ones that are suffering? The kids. I mean, let's face it. A lot of that. I mean, whenever there's more than one woman, there's always going to be jealousy and uneasiness. It is about people not listening and those trying to talk correct, over talking, not listening, all being stubborn. I mean, Cody's boys are very much like him, actually, to be honest with you. They won't admit that they're part of the problem. I do feel a little bit sorry for Mary in some ways. I know some people don't like her, but when you think about it, she was the first wife and she divorced Cody so that Robin can come onto the scene. And now, if he didn't actually love her or anything at the time, like if he's saying that he's not had any love, the fact that he was actually legally married to her and she gave all of that up makes it even sadder. Wow, there's another business that I'm sick of seeing. He's a misogynist. The only thing I agree with KJ about. Yeah, that's about the only thing too. Another business. I'm sick of seeing businesses. Sick of reading headlines about businesses breaching child employment laws. Like, seriously, they're not hard laws. So they've been fined and convicted $4,500 after pleading guilty to 16 criminal charges around breaches of the Child Employment Act. So Victoria has a Child Employment Act. 100 contraventions of the Childhood Employment Act. The store breached the act by having the children work for more hours than they were permitted, employing children later than 9 p.m. the rest break of at least 30 minutes, 3 hours. Prosecuting lawyer for the wage inspectorate described the breaches by the owners as systematic. Systematic. He called that the Cold Rock Creamery shipper had applied for and received permits to employ children under the age of 15, noting that this was a rare instance where permits had been in place, but the employer had contravened the conditions. So if you want to employ a child under 15 in the state that I live in, you actually have to apply for a permit, and there are strict rules because of their age that you have to follow. So they have to have a break. If they're there for more than 3 hours, they have a half-hour break. They can't be there later than 9 p.m. And if it's a school night, if they are at school, they're only allowed to work so many days a week. And the magistrate warns the act was easy to read and the employer needed to educate themselves. So they say that they misunderstood the rules. They said they believed that children could work after 9 p.m. and work more than 3 hours a day with permission from parents. The business also said it gave the children informal breaks as well that would have added up to more than half an hour per 3-hour period. However, the magistrate rejected that. She said that the legislation was unbelievably easy to read and the obligation was on the employer to educate themselves on the Act. And there was an anonymous notification to the Legislation Wage Inspectorate. So there'd been a big, the Wage Inspectorate, which is a separate body, and all they do is look at wages of businesses, and they just do spot checks. Particularly, they focus on businesses that employ young people over the Christmas New Year break. All these folks are someone who employs trainees and apprentices and young people all over this part of the Act. We do not overtime because it gets us. Yes, that's right. So the Wage Inspectorate Victoria Commissioner said the inspectorate was crisscrossing the state to ensure businesses had complied with the legislation. I think that's about 4 businesses in the last 2 weeks that they've found. The law lets us take broad actions to investigate breaches of Child Employment Act laws, and we don't hesitate to make use of the powers. Research shows that children in regional areas are more likely than their metropolitan counterparts. Kids in close-knit regional areas often get their first job through family and friends. So most businesses do the right thing. See, there we go, another 2 here. Red Rooster. It just makes me mad. So what was this one? This was 15th of May. So this Wodonga, Red Rooster. They were employing 10 children under the age of 15 without a permit. Oh, yes, and didn't have anybody with a working with children's check supervising. And then that's the Cold Rock. That's the Cold Rock in Shepparton. So they want a national. I used to drag my kids out of Red Rooster at 10 p.m. based on these school laws. They hated me, but I could not stop my kids. Oh, that's right. So Victoria's child employment laws meant businesses who hire children under 15 must obtain a permit, and children must be supervised with someone with a working with children's clearance. The law also restricts when a child can work during school, only 3 days a week, 6 hours during school holidays, and only between 6 a.m. and 9 p.m., and require children to receive a 30-minute break after every 3 hours of work. So if you go to another state, so there are calls for them to have it uniform around the country, so that everybody is on the same page as far as employment, so that if you have a multinational company, that you know that in every state that if you want to employ children under 15, then you have to have a permit. So, you know, it's really, really, really bizarre. They should, because then it would fit in with trainees and apprenticeships as well. Correct. Yeah, it should be a uniform law. It should be an employment uniform law where you need to have to do all of this. You're right. I mean, it's, yeah, but it just makes me so angry that, but you know, that these are, we're talking about minors here, and they're being exploited, and I hate that. Oh, one of your apprentices is going to be national finals. That's pretty exciting. Very exciting. So, wow. Very exciting indeed. Anyway, I think that's nearly all that I've got to talk about. I know I've got a rent inspection on Tuesday, and I need to get myself organised for that. That's my plan tomorrow, to clean my house. We'll see how we go. I did do a video. I've just filmed a video because of my social media. There's been this nail mineral system called Stackry or something all over my social media. I actually did the plunge and took the plunge and bought some to see what it was like, and I've actually done it. This dummy has actually made it look like it's okay, so I'm going to post that video up so you can have a look at that. But look, I hope you're all well, and thank you all for watching and joining me, and I'm sorry that I keep having computer issues. That's why I sort of am pre-recording at the moment, because it makes life easier. But look, anyway, KJ's birthday, you know, and tomorrow in the US, or tonight in the US, or whatever it is. Yeah, I want to clean my house too. It's like, no way. I'm complaining because it's like it hasn't got to 36 today, but I didn't cope with the heat the other day, and my body is still very hot. I'm still trying to cool it down. I just overheated, so I'm not very happy about that either. I'm a bit embarrassed about that, but it's supposed to be cold again. Tomorrow, good. We're having like one day really warm, one day really cold. So, and tomorrow's the last day of the spring racing carnival too. But anyway, and the other thing is I don't know what it's like in your area, but COVID is just running rampant at the moment. So many people that I know have got it and seem to be sicker. It is hot, is Oz at the moment. Yes. Well, apparently we've had this last 12 months on history, so there you go. So, you know, yeah, COVID's running rampant at the moment. I have to say, I know people don't like it, but I love lockdown. I just love the simplicity of life under lockdown. So, you know, I'm all for a lockdown again. I just enjoyed it. Not having to leave the house, you know, having everything come to me. Perfect. But anyway, I hope you're all doing well like that. So thank you, everybody. Please hit like and subscribe on your way out if you haven't done it. And sorry, this camera's not working very well. I could do with another lockdown. Yeah, I know, it's great, isn't it? Yeah, so so I hope you are all doing well, and I'll catch you again hopefully soon. That's 2 live streams in a week. That's a record for a while. See what happens when I'm not studying. I've got time on my hands. Okay, later.